Welcome. We're glad you're here. And thank you for donating to North Arkansas Medical Foundation. We've got a lot of exciting things in store for the community and for the hospital. So please join me as we take a ride to support North Arkansas Medical Foundation.
Well, where I began with NARMC was 18 years ago, and I popped my hip out of joint. And most of the time I've only been in the ER. 7 times the hip has popped out, but I'm doing very good now.
I was in the Arkansas National Guard on active duty, and we're required to take 2 physical fitness training tests annually. Got out to do the 2-mile run, and the first step, I mean not the second step, not the third step, the first step, something in my knee popped.
Well, when we first started, when we were getting ready for our last pregnancy with Lola, the doctors here knew what was going on. You know, her kidneys weren't developing right. So they sent us to a specialist in Little Rock, and the specialist told us that it would be best to go ahead and terminate the pregnancy because, in his opinion, she wouldn't survive. And that's not what we thought. You know, that wasn't on our plan. And we decided that we were going to give her every opportunity that we could. So we came back home.
And of course, the ER saved my life. Back 3 years ago, I had a AAA, which is an aortic aneurysm. And it had leaked all night, and as soon as they brought me in here, they knew exactly what it was. They had me on a helicopter in 10 minutes. I'm part of the 1% that survived this. And it was because the ER here knew exactly what it was and exactly what to do.
Went to see Dr. Collins, and the first thing Kenny asked me is, who do you want to go see? Well, I didn't even think of anybody else but Tart Sedani. I mean, period, no exceptions. We'd had an experience with my wife's mom, with Dr. Sedani, and found him to be superb. And the care of the hospital was superb. And I believed in my own mind that the only place I needed to be was NARMC. Flash forward to January the 16th, I had the first knee replacement at NARMC. At that point in the game, I realized how fortunate we are in Harrison, Arkansas to have a hospital. The scope and the outpatient surgery was one thing, but to be in the hospital for 3.5 days and to be totally reliant on the people on the second floor that are at NARMC was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. The nurses, day and night, were wonderful. The physical therapists I can't say enough about, because basically they took me from when I could hardly get out of bed to by the time I was ready to go home 3 days later, I was going up and down the stairs and walking around the hall, and you know, everything was good. 4 days later, I was out on a Friday. I started physical therapy and did about, I guess, maybe 2-3 months of physical therapy. And you know, all because it started here. And to this day, the orthopedic wing has no match.
We went full term with the pregnancy, and then we came here for the time to deliver. The nurses, the staff, everybody knew what was going on. They were very aware of our situation, and they were fantastic to work with. They were very sweet. They were very calm, very comforting the whole time. And the 2 nurses that were in there with us, they were absolutely just amazing. Their bedside manner was great. And then after everything was over with, they helped get her ready. They took Lola's pictures, and they got her ready for me to take across the street. But they were, like I said, there's not words to describe the manner that they were with us. I mean, they treated us like we were their children. And we were lucky enough that when we came back in with Duke, we got the same 2 nurses. And they were so happy, and they were sharing our joy with us.
I would say that for the good old boys that remember the hospital from years ago, they need to believe everything they read and hear about how great the hospital is now. I think the care here has been fantastic. I've known a lot of people and visited a lot of people here, And they all say the same thing. And I think we just have, they just have to believe that it's not what it was 40 and 50 years ago. This place is just fantastic. Just fantastic.
Because of my wife, she could not have drove to Mountain Home, to Springfield, to Fayetteville every day, or worse than that, drove over there and stayed with some friends of ours or put in a hotel room and gone through a lot of additional cost. And like a lot of families in the Ozarks, we have other things we have to take care of. 2 dogs and 2 cats at the time, now 3 dogs and 2 cats. It just wasn't practical. And I have to be honest, ever since my wife's mother went through the hip replacements and the hip surgery and these kind of things, and Dr. Snee did, there was no doubt in my mind where I was going, who was going to do it, and what the end result was going to be. I just had to believe in my own mind that the end result would be fine, and the end result was fine.
You come in here, you know you're going to be surrounded by people that legitimately care about your well-being and your welfare. They're going to come in, they're going to check on you. They're going to treat you like you are part of their family. That's what you expect when you come to the hospital. You expect to be taken care of, and that's what you're going to get here. You're going to get people that really come in. They're going to give their 110%. They're going to take care of you, make you feel at home.
One of the real joys of the holiday season is the opportunity to say thank you and to wish you the best of the new year. So take a ticket and believe. Believe in NARMC and the North Arkansas Medical Foundation, because we believe in you. And together, we can make a difference in the community. So again, thank you for giving, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.